do, y'all. This topic that I'm talking about was requested, so here I go. Let's go in. I want to bring up, like, this idea about the nice guy and the bad boy, how in other countries it's different. In other races or nationalities, it's different. Well, it's different because, well, basically over in the East, masculinity is still valued in regards to how nice a man is, his generosity, his respect, because it's more patriarchal, it's more masculine in regards to just being nice, because there are a lot of places overseas in the East where there's still a lot of warfare and things like that. So a man's generosity goes a long way over in those parts of the world. So over there, they highly regard a man that's nice. So that's why in a lot of places like the East, you have gurus. Yes, you have even a lot of gurus who are some of the highest regarded individuals, because gurus represent like peace. You have Dalai Lamas and things like that, and even certain tribesmen, depending on which parts of the Himalayas they reside in or they reside nearby. You know, certain desert communities where men are regarded for being nice, because it's a pretty harsh life in some of those places. But in the West, the society that is in the West does not value a man that's nice, because I guess for similar reasons, because in the West life can be harsh, but more based on not environmental reasons, but based on social reasons. So over in the West, it's regarded that if someone is being nice, they can be passed off as probably someone that could be low-key treacherous, and you not knowing that. People can have ulterior motives. So over in the West, it's a little different as far as how nice is perceived. People assume that in order for them to really sense that they can trust you, you gotta walk with a certain edge, because sometimes you could be too good to be true in some cases. But I'm not really trying to give too much of my opinion on this, but I will say this. I truly get tired of the one-size-fits-all approach. Yes, I'm tired of the one-size-fits-all approach in regards to the nice guy in a bad boy conversation, depending on the ethnicity. So let's just get right to the point. I guess people hear my voice, you kind of got an idea of where I could have been raised, per se, you know. So speaking on minority issues, I guess, in the West, you know, black issues, like a lot of times people amongst Black America, they like to use the same narrative about the nice guy that the white community uses for the nice guy. Back in the days, life was pretty hard for Black America. So men that actually did their job and helped the community, raised the children, looked after everybody else's child and things like that. Not necessarily saying taking on the stepfather role, but he was a role model in the community. Like, those things were highly respected back in the days. And then once government took out a lot of the men and the families, and this caused eventually a lot of the real men to be kicked out of communities. So also went this idea of what a real nice guy is amongst black people. All of a sudden it's frowned upon because those things got kicked out of the community. Now, you know, what people consider nice amongst black people per se is, you know, you got to have a little hood in you, but you know, you got a story about you, but you gotta have a little hood in you. Like, it's sad that, you know, we got rappers now facing all these charges, but people see them as community activists and heroes. I mean, they see certain gang leaders like this. I mean, such a long way we've come from when we had decent black men, per se, that were prominent leaders, to now the perception of a prominent leader is someone that had to be involved in gangs and selling drugs, and then maybe he might have something to say. So, but in a nutshell, like I could say amongst other ethnicities, like you look at even the Latino community, a lot of them are still family oriented, but a lot of them also have gang backgrounds too. So to them, they perceive masculinity a little different as well, as far as what they consider nice and what they don't consider nice. Like for them, it's similar to what the black community is becoming nowadays too. Like they think a man that has been through, I guess, the roughest parts of life, but I guess still has a heart, they consider that nice. They see a guy who they feel hasn't, I guess, been through anything, yet he's nice. They don't see that as nice. They see that as like a little weird, you know, like they don't know how tough you are. See, a lot of girls, unfortunately, that have darker melanin, whether black, brown, or similar to those colors, they see nice in regards to a man that, you know, you gotta have been through those things and yet come out with a smile. That's being nice. You know, whereas in other parts of the world, they wouldn't trust a guy like that because they don't know what he's about to do next. Thanks a million.